Hey, this is Mike, and welcome to the first lesson for the song Your Love Never Fails. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, though, is just to have a kind of a brief understanding of the key. And this song, the one I did on YouTube, is in the key of B flat. All that means is that the chords of the song and the melody line are based on the notes in the B flat major scale. So to give you an idea what that means, the B flat major scale, or any major scale, is the do re mi scale that you hear on Sound of Music, or that you probably learned in school. But here it is on the bass. If we're playing this in B flat, we're going to start on the B flat note. The one I'm going to use here is on my fourth string up, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have a 4 string, it's your top string, it's the E string. And we're on the 6th fret, okay? That's your B flat. And we're going to use this pattern here. Middle, pinky, and we're going to base it off of 1 finger per fret here, okay? So B flat, C, index finger on D, middle finger on E flat, pinky on F, index on G, ring finger on A, and pinky on B flat. Now the nice thing about that pattern, by the way, is that you can use that pattern anywhere for a major scale. So if you know where your C or D is, you want to play a C or D major scale, same pattern, same fingering. That's a real basic kind of the entry-level major scale fingering, okay? So get to know that. That's a great way to start getting familiar with the fingering and with the notes on your bass neck if you haven't done that already. So, okay, now to the song, the intro is going to, as you'll see, all the notes that we use here are going to be one of the notes that we used in this B flat major scale. And the first note we're going to use is the 6th note of that scale, which is G. So the song starts off with a guitar, and then for 2 bars, and then you have the bass coming in on a G, which is on your D string, 5th fret. And if you keep the same fingering that we did for that scale, then you could play this song pretty much without moving your hand. But we're gonna venture out of that zone here. But for right now, let's just get comfortable with this first part. So we're playing 8th notes. So we're playing this steady kind of a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. Okay, so we're starting off with G. Then we go to the E flat, which is the 6th fret of the A string. Then we're going to go to the B flat, which is up on the 8th fret of the D string. And then to the F, which is on the 8th fret of the A string. Okay? So to put it together, this first part is... Okay. So that's the first part of this when you're playing this in 8th notes. Now, to get a better, I think to get a better feel for your 8th notes, I want to talk to you about your right hand and how to use your fingers here. Some suggestions I have. So you can do this by alternating your fingers, your your middle and your index finger. Okay, E flat, B flat, F, okay. Now you hear the differences though when you alternate these fingers. Listen to the difference. You can hear the difference as if somebody's walking, you could hear that the feet make 2 different sounds, okay? It's subtle, but it's there. The other way you could play this, and the way I would recommend when you're playing a steady 8th note, as long as it's not too fast, is to play it with 1 finger. Okay, the nice thing about that is, listen to the difference. Okay, here's 1 finger. Okay, now here's 2 fingers. There's a bit of a difference in the 2 fingers. So it's not a huge difference, but if you want a nice consistent drive, it's one of those subtle details that makes a difference in how you play and how it sounds with the whole band in, and what kind of a groove, what kind of a feel you're providing and producing with your bass. So it's like it's one of those minor things, but it's significant. Okay, so if you're playing with a pick, then I'd recommend down picks. Okay, because the same thing happens. If we're going up and down, it's going to sound like this. Once again, there's a little subtle difference than this. If you notice, there's just a little more drive when you're doing one consistent motion. So if you're doing one finger or a down pick, or up pick if you like up picks. But when you're doing that subtle motion, when you're doing that consistent motion, it's going to make a difference. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part now, we go to when the drums come in, it kind of builds. Then you got this E flat. Okay, so the way I play this is I play quarter, 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 and then 4/8. So it's like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then G. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, so you got E flat, G, then F, and once again, these are notes in the B flat scale. They're just here's your F. And there's your G in the scale that we play. We're just playing them an octave lower. So I hope you understand that there. And then so notice too that when you are playing this intro part is played with the higher G, the higher B flat, and the higher F. And notice the change in the dynamic when you hit this lower G. There's a fuller sound. It adds to the build of what's happening in the song. What's happening in the song is when the drums come in, then there's a bigger build. Then everything cuts out for the singing, right? And for the first verse. So once again, intro. Use one finger on eighth notes. And to F, G, E flat, B flat, F. Okay, then we go to the E flat. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. E flat, G, F. And then we stop and we cut out because they stop on the G there. So when we come back, the next lesson, I'm going to show you a little variation on that if you want to try to step outside the box a little bit and to kind of go along with what I did on the recording, on the video. So until then, I'll catch you on the next lesson. So thanks for joining me.